They've got to be dating. Like, you don't go into a press box with this dude's mother if you're just hanging out or banging or whatnot.
And we're live in 5, 4,
3, 2.
You don't say 2 or 1.
I know, but I missed 4, so I wanted to...
That's fair enough. Hey, welcome back to the Binc Film Podcast. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining us. We're happy to have you here. We've got a pretty...
Pretty what?
I wanted to say interesting, but I didn't really know where to go with that. It's a sports-filled lineup. Michael's really upset with me because I just froze right there. So we're off to a hot start. So today we actually get to nerd out a little bit over something that we really enjoy. We're going to be talking about sports. And Michael's so mad about this right now. This is not at all where he wanted this to go. But we get to talk about sports, in particular football, baseball, hockey, whatever we want to talk about. It's our show now. We have our own channel. We can do whatever we want with this now. Is that kind of exciting for you?
Can we talk politics?
Do you want to? Do you really want to get the channel
I
shut
kind
down?
of do. I heard there's some stuff in the news.
We could talk about that.
I will stop recording.
No, we're not gonna cross that bridge. I'll tell you that much. So we'll get started with some big things that have happened in the past week here. One thing I wanted to bring to everybody's attention, if you've watched the news at all, somebody shot at another person over an order of curly fries. That's a real thing that happened. I don't know.
Like Arby's curly fries?
I don't remember the name of the store, but I've seen the footage, and we probably shouldn't name the venue. But
was it a grocery store?
No.
Restaurant?
It was a restaurant, and this person's at the drive-thru, and they're parked there, and they're mad about something. They say it's curly fries, and it just makes it that much better if it's actually curly fries. And the worker comes up and sees them like yelling, and they're yelling or something. I think they might have thrown something at her or whatever. I don't, like I said, I don't remember the whole thing, but in the video, the manager or whatever that worker is walks off screen, comes back with a handgun, and just starts blasting out the drive-thru
The manager?
window. Yeah! It wasn't the person in the drive-thru who ordered the fries. It was the person who worked there.
So it's like a store gun?
Yeah. No. It's like a store gun.
Or do they like conceal and carry into work?
I think she just had it in her purse. Or if they had a store gun, like, hold on, I gotta go get the cash register gun. Like, opens the register.
No. Get the drive-through gun.
Yeah. We keep losing these. You can't keep mixing them up. But that's a big thing that happened the past week. Somebody got shot at over curly fries.
So what happened to them?
To the curly fry lady?
Yeah.
I have no idea. My attention span is about that long, dude. So like when they tell me like so and so shot at somebody over curly fries, I'm like, that's wild. And then the next news story rolls in. I'm like, that's crazier. And then I just pour all my focus into that. TikTok was made for me. Let me just get that out of the way. That is perfect for my ADHD brain to just consume media. That's why ads on TikTok work on me more than anywhere else. YouTube, if you put an ad on my YouTube video, 100% guarantee I'm not buying your product.
Ads on TikTok?
Yeah. You don't scroll past the ads on TikTok?
I skip that so fast.
Oh, I can't.
I can't tell you a single one that I've seen.
I have to consume every piece of media that comes to me on TikTok. So when an ad hits me, I'm like, wow. And I just go through
Sometimes they trick you, though. So you don't realize it's an ad.
Yeah. And then you click on it by accident. And you're like, damn.
Well,
all right.
I don't fall for that.
Oh, I do. 100%. I'm very easy to manipulate, which is weird because I work in a sales position. You think I wouldn't be an easy sell because I know how it goes. I'm the easiest sell in the world. You just call me and act like you're somebody you're not. Like, hey, Josh, it's Mark. Call me back. And I'd call you and you'd be like, yeah, it's a Ford dealership. Like, oh, I mean, I do need a car.
You
and
know
then
what's-
I'd be a sucker.
You know what's super easy to manipulate?
Me.
The hearts of Minnesota football fans.
Oh, that's right. Here we go.
Did you hear about Justin Jefferson?
4 weeks. Injured reserve. What?
4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Air quotes. 4 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, man, I think we all know. Before we dive into the Justin Jefferson thing, I wanted to bring up something a little bit more pop culture-y, maybe pop music-y,
Okay.
if you will. You see, I want to say Travis Kelce's new girlfriend, but supposedly they're not dating. It's just a thing.
What do you mean supposedly?
There's so many mixed messages that are coming from this. So if you haven't known, and if you haven't heard, you're living under a rock. I don't know what else to tell you. Travis Kelce is dating, maybe, Taylor Swift. And there's all these rumors out there that like, oh, they're not actually dating, and it's just a thing or I don't know. They've got to be dating. Like, you don't go into a press box with this dude's mother if you're just hanging out or banging or
Well,
whatnot.
I'll give you two theories. One, it's some kind of marketing thing,
Which I could see.
which I'm not saying I believe these. I'm just giving you two.
Power couple, dude.
Could be marketing, or it could be conspiracy.
What's the conspiracy?
Have you heard the conspiracy?
I might have. Can you start?
So, a while back in the news, people were complaining that Taylor Swift was using her private jet too much.
Okay. I do remember seeing this.
So it was something crazy, like she used it 170 times in 1 year.
Oh,
I'm
God.
surprised in like 20 episodes this is the first time this has happened.
Yeah, can we point this out real quick? This is
First
Keefsey.
time. Can you even see him? Yeah. First time it's ever happened.
And there's a cat on the lap.
Yep. So she flew her jet like 170 times in 1 year, and people are complaining, about the environment,
Yeah.
whatever. And then suddenly you get this Travis Kelce thing out of nowhere. And it blew up everything.
Yeah.
You can't watch, at least for those 2 weeks, you couldn't watch any game, without them bringing it up.
That's all they talked about for the Vikings game.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, is she going to be in Minnesota or isn't she? And
Every time you watch the game, they would cut to her, to like whatever her reaction was at any point in time, just to
for
you
no
know.
reason. For no reason. She's just in the booth eating nachos. And it's like, wow, look at Taylor. It's like, I can't imagine. I would hate having a camera on me that often.
So the conspiracy is that, again, I'm not saying I believe this, but the conspiracy is that because she was flying her jet so much and getting so much hate for it, she tried to manipulate the keywords
Oh, the old Google
Searching.
algorithm?
so that if you searched
Okay.
Taylor Swift jet, it would bring up the Jets
The
game.
Jets game, yeah.
Because it was
okay.
such big news.
Yep. That
And
makes
then
sense.
she went to the second game, which was at where was that again?
Was it against the Bears? It was against the Bears.
Yes. So she went to that game, so like really committed,
Yeah.
to the.
I'm just
the
a football
plan.
fan. I'm Taylor Swift and I love football.
And then by week 3, everyone's annoyed and sick of hearing about her, and then she's like, okay, that's enough.
That's why Minnesota fans felt so slighted. They're like, wow, she goes to 2 other games, but she won't come to Minnesota.
Do you think that could be true?
That she did it to, like, pull heat off of the Jet thing?
Yeah.
No, mainly because people were over that, like, a week after it came out. Everybody was like, I can't believe Taylor Swift is pumping all these emissions into the air, and she's damaging the planet. And then every Taylor Swift fan just did not care.
No.
And life continued. Because that was a while ago, wasn't it?
I also think that rich people like that in general probably just don't care that much.
Nobody does. Nobody does. Especially people like Taylor Swift fans aren't watching football. That's my biggest thing. I mean, well, they probably are now, but that's my big thing. Is if she wanted to pull the heat off of her, there's a million different ways to do it. She could have sold the jet. So yeah, I sold it, and then chartered private jets and just be like, whatever, I don't care.
Okay, here's a question for you. Let's say a year from now, how many Swiftie jerseys do you think you'll find at Goodwill?
Oh man, like Kansas City
Yes.
Swiftie jerseys.
Yes.
Oh God, I'd almost buy one just to say I had it.
Oh.
Like, that'd be a little thing I'd bring out at parties. You guys aren't gonna
Oh.
believe this. It's my Taylor Swift jersey.
I've owned 3 jerseys in my life.
Oh, I've got way more.
The first one was Brett Favre after the 2009 season, and then the 2010 season happened.
I think every Vikings fan at one point had a Favre
Yeah.
jersey.
So I'm like, I guess I'll throw that away. And then I got a Peyton Manning jersey
Nice.
with the Colts,
Nice.
and then he went to Denver the next year, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll throw that away. And then I got a Matt Ryan jersey,
Nice.
and then he didn't go anywhere. He just
Nice.
really sucked. So
Nice.
I'm like, I guess I'll throw that away.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a Favre jersey, Vikings jersey, that was stolen from me. My current jersey collection is I have a Chinese knockoff Harrison Smith that I need to get an actual Harrison Smith jersey. He's one of my favorite players ever, so I would love to have an authentic jersey of his. I'm a jersey snob. So
A jersey snob.
oh yeah.
That's not something to.
Nope, it's
say.
not, because I spend way too much money on fabric with other people's names on it. It's embarrassing, but I can't stop myself. So like I don't like fake jerseys, and I don't like the. So there's authentics, right? Which is the same jersey that the players wear. The stitch numbers, they're not heat pressed on, and most people don't care. Most people don't tell the difference, or they don't care about the difference. I care. I care very much. So I've got a Chinese knockoff Harrison Smith. I've got an authentic Adrian Peterson. I had another authentic Adrian Peterson, but I sold it after he was caught hitting his kid with a tree branch. That's kind of a big deal. So I was like, ugh.
We're not allowed to talk about that stuff.
Oh, we can't. That's right. Okay. So I distanced myself from that.
Write that down.
Write that down. But I've got a bunch of hockey jerseys. I've got an Alan Page jersey. People probably don't know who that is outside
I
of
was about to say who?
Alan Page.
Who's that?
He was one of the Purple People Eaters.
Oh.
Yeah. Vikings legend, Hall of Famer, became a senator, living the American dream. You can hear the washing machine in the background.
It's not. It's the hyperdrive.
It's the hyperdrive?
Yeah.
Oh, did somebody forget to shut off the DeLorean?
No, we need a new one.
Oh. That's what that is. Okay.
Just like they needed on Tatooine in the movie before
Don't.
The Greatest, but we won't go there.
Don't.
So
start.
anyway.
It's a sports episode.
Anyway. Did you see the Dallas Cowboys get completely embarrassed?
There's
by the
nothing I love
49ers?
more than watching the Dallas Cowboys lose. There's things I love more, but that is up there. That's up there.
Why?
The only reason I like watching Dallas lose is because that fan base, and if you're a Cowboys fan, this isn't a personal attack unless you're like this. They are so entitled to winning. They feel like they almost deserve it, right? Meanwhile, here we are. We haven't been to a Super Bowl since the late 70s, I think was the last one. Maybe early 80s at the absolute latest. Never won one. And you don't see us acting all entitled, acting like we deserve to have championships handed to us. And I also love watching Jerry Jones lose because he pours so much money into that football team. And he does absolutely everything possible to be as involved with that team as he can.
Do you really think that fan bases are more entitled than others? Or
To a certain, I mean, there are certain fan bases that you just can't stand.
because people will say that, like Vikings fans will say that about, or I mean Packers fans will say that about us.
That's because it's a rival, right? Like, we don't like the Packers, and the Packers don't like the Vikings. But if you ask the Packers players and fans, like, well, we don't even think about you. Our main rival's the Bears. They haven't had a real rivalry with the Bears in over a decade. Like, we actually go tick for tack with them, right? Like, they win when we win one. They win when we win one. And they've gotten the better of us lately, but it's more of a rivalry than anything they've ever had with the Bears. So,
What do you think the current biggest rivalry is in the NFL?
the current biggest rivalry in the NFL,
Yep.
it's got to be Kansas City Buffalo or Buffalo Cincinnati. Those are the games that people tune in for, right? Like, that's what you want to watch because it's powerhouses going after each other.
I don't know if that really feels like a rivalry.
If you're talking like divisional,
I'm just talking like dirty hatred. Teams hate each other.
Cowboys Eagles,
Yeah.
probably. And that's the only time I'll root for the Cowboys. I hate the Eagles because I hate Philadelphia. I'm talking to you. I hate Philadelphia. Nothing I like about that city. Nothing I like about the people there.
Have you ever been there?
No.
That'll be a good clip.
I'm going next year for work.
Uh,
So, unless this blows up, and then I
Yeah.
won't be. So,
well, maybe your
like
own
and subscribe, help us out.
maybe your own podcast will blow up.
I'm not playing into it.
What?
I'm not doing it.
Playing into what?
This is a part of me. I am a part of this podcast.
What are you talking about?
I have just as much a right to this show as you do.
Well, I don't know about that.
What's another big thing that's happened?
No, we're not gonna just skip past
Oh, we're
that.
not going to skip. Okay.
You're not even a co-host yet.
That doesn't fly anymore. It
No, it
really
does.
doesn't. It
It
doesn't
does.
fly anymore.
It does.
Okay. It doesn't fly anymore.
It does.
It doesn't.
It does.
Nobody listens to you.
No, everybody listens.
They
to me.
listen to me. We had to have a conversation beforehand because you guys are like, you're taking over too much, Rivers.
See, well, no, it's not that you're taking over; it's that you're blabbing too much. You
I'm
know?
blabbing.
Remember the
I generate
remember the fan mail?
conversation.
Remember the fan mail?
Oh, the hate mail?
Remember the fan mail?
Dude.
Blabbering too much.
I'm not allowed to cuss,
For the realm.
so I'm trying.
For the realm.
For the Horde.
Uh,
Shout out World of Warcraft.
Did you play? Not to get too off of sports.
No, let's
but
jump the tracks here. We can always rename the episode.
Did you play the new Assassin's Creed yet?
I did. I'm about 3 hours in.
And
I like it so far. It's it definitely plays very similar to the older ones, but there's still a lot
from
of
10 years ago, you mean?
Yeah, it's similar, but the combat is still the style of the newer ones, right? Where because in previous Assassin's Creed it was counter attack.
I
dodge.
loved that combat. I know there was like nothing to it, but it was just so satisfying.
There was just something satisfying about it, but it was also a little outlandish because you could just have like a horde of 55 dudes coming at you down like an alleyway, and as long as you hit counter at the right time, stab dead, stab dead, stab dead. It's like whatever, but. And that was fun. I didn't hate that. The combat still feels like new Assassin's Creed so far. Maybe it changes the further I get into it, but the little bit that I've played thus far, the combat still feels like new Assassin's Creed. But there's definitely that touch of old school in it, where it's not as RPG and it's not as. My main problem with Valhalla and Odyssey, and the reason I couldn't actually get through them and finish them, I need to go through and finish them for the story's sake. Is the map was so absolutely overwhelming. And I'm like a squirrel. So like I wander out there and I'm like, I want to go explore this. And then I spend 10 hours looking for stuff and doing side quests. And then I go back to the main story and do the main story for an hour. And I'm like, I don't even remember who any of these people are.
I was so excited for Valhalla.
It was good.
I remember where I was sitting when I saw that trailer. That's how excited I was.
Can I pause you real quick?
No.
Okay.
And the game comes out, and first game in my life where I was skipping cutscenes.
Because it didn't matter.
It was just too much.
It was the cutscenes weren't necessarily too much. The raiding was fun. Just rolling up on a boat and just going nuts and sacking a church, whatever. But to touch on what you were talking about, the cutscenes, Assassin's Creed puts out some of the best cinematic trailers I have ever seen. It's like up there with Blizzard, with their Diablo and World of Warcraft trailers. They're wild.
I want to make a bet with you.
What's that?
I want to make a Superbowl bet.
Okay.
Just anything. I don't know.
Oh, you want to make a Super Bowl bet?
Like right now.
Okay. Let's do the Gatorade. What color do you think the Gatorade's going to be?
No, not that. That's stupid.
I thought it was fun.
I'm saying like who's maybe not who's going to win it, but who's definitely not going to win it.
Who's definitely not going to win it?
Yeah, who do you think? Who do you think is
You're the one who
This
set
is
it
why
up.
you're not a co-host.
Okay, you led with a dumb question.
Definitely not the Bears.
Who do you think's not going to win the Super Bowl? Maybe the worst team in football, Eric. I don't know.
I'm trying to create some controversy here with a bet.
Then finish your
So,
point.
well, apparently I have to set it up so you don't fumble.
Am I wrong?
Fumble the
Am I
whole
wrong?
thing.
He led with, who do you think's not going to win the Super Bowl? And I said the Bears. Was that wrong? Was I wrong?
I'm talking about teams that could win it.
You just said who's not.
Yeah, of the teams that
Who's
could.
going to win the Super Bowl, not who's not going to make the Super Bowl.
I can't hear you. You don't have your mic this week.
You can hear me.
I can hear you. I could probably hear him.
Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Three teams, pick them.
3 teams that I think could win the Super Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Detroit Lions.
Okay, Detroit Lions are definitely not going to win the Super Bowl.
I will... Ooh.
I bet they don't even make it to...
I'll put money that they make it to the divisional round at the least.
At the least?
At the least,
no,
they make it to the
not going to
divisional.
happen.
You don't think so?
I would love to see that happen, but I don't think that... You know how people felt about the Vikings last year?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about the Lions.
Really?
And I want them to win. Like, I'm rooting for them all the way. Underdogs,
You think the
let's
Lions
go.
are not going to make it to the divisional round?
No,
You think the Lions are overrated?
I do.
I've been waiting all episode to do this.
I forgot.
And I finally
actually
get to do it. I'm so happy.
Yes. The Lions, okay, so we're making a bet then.
Yeah, I'll put 25 on it.
That they make it to the division.
They make it to the divisional round.
Okay, I will say that then they do not get past the wild card.
They're about to miss the playoffs and piss me off.
I have a bet going with someone at work right now for $40.
The what?
And we made this bet in the off season.
Okay.
He is always talking up Jimmy Garoppolo. Shout out to Jake, who's probably not watching this.
Jimmy Garoppolo is he's not good.
That's what I said.
I don't know how to tell people this. He's not a
That's
good
what I
quarterback.
said. And we were just, I mean, we were having fun with it, but just going back and forth about it for a long time. And the bet that we settled on was whether or not he would bring the Raiders to the playoffs.
No.
But
I mean, maybe, right? It depends on what's built around them. I'm sorry I cut you off.
But the one condition, kind of to help him out, and because I just feel like it's a little more fair, he has to start at least 8 games, because I don't think he's going to even finish the season. He's already missed 1 game.
Yeah, he's a little bit injury prone. I never saw anything in him that made me go, wow, like he's a really good NFL QB.
He was always around like the best line in the entire league. Amazing defense.
But he doesn't even pass the eye test, right? Like nothing you see with this guy makes you go, oh, he's incredible. He's amazing. Brock Purdy passes the eye test. Brock Purdy has a beautiful deep ball. He's not the most accurate deep ball thrower, but he throws a pretty deep ball. He's quick with his release. He doesn't futz around in the pocket. He's a good quarterback. It's time people start accepting the fact that Brock Purdy's good.
Some might say that Jimmy Garoppolo is overrated or underrated.
He's overrated. Actually, at this point in time, I think he's probably appropriately rated. I don't think anybody really buys into Jimmy G anymore. You know what he is. It's very similar to Derek Carr. Like, we know what he is.
That was my clever transition into overrated, underrated.
Oh,
You
we're doing
just
that
went
now?
right over your head.
Yeah, I did, because I was still talking football. I'm having a good time talking football. I feel like we wasted an episode. I wanted to keep talking football.
Oh, why'd you bring up Assassin's Creed then?
You did! It wasn't even me! I get blamed for everything that goes wrong on this show.
Do you have an overrated, underrated for
Yeah,
this
I
week?
do have an overrated, underrated.
Okay.
Miami Dolphins, overrated.
Do you want to explain the game for people that might...
Really? After I said the first one, you're like, you want to break it down for the folks at home?
Well, yeah.
Here's the game. Each week, one of us gives the other an opinion piece. We think that one thing is overrated, we think that the other is underrated, and we have to choose which one we agree with. It's a dumb little game that we came up with just to pigeonhole me into making statements.
It's not dumb.
Stop. To pigeonhole me into making statements that contradict myself. That's the whole point of this entire little game that we have. Is
That
to make
was
me
only
look
like
an idiot.
that was
I'm
only
not done.
30% of the point.
That's like 100%.
For the realm.
For the realm. So, Eric, Miami Dolphins, overrated. Detroit Lions, underrated.
Oh.
Yeah, how's it feel?
Yeah. See, now I'm going against what I just said.
I know you are.
I think the Dolphins are probably a little overrated.
Oh,
I do.
really? One of the
do.
highest scoring teams in football? They're just overrated?
I do.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You know, they're...
Peyton Manning, overrated, guys. He scores a lot of points. It's not good enough.
I just don't believe that the ball boy, former ball boy,
Which one?
you know, McDaniel.
Oh.
I don't know. There's something about that dude that just seems off to me. Like, how did he get there?
You could say that about anybody.
Kind of, but
People probably say that about us. Like, how did these guys...
well, yeah, the
People do
people
say
do
that about
say
us?
that all the time.
I haven't been reading comments a lot lately. Not
But-
because I don't want to, just because I guess I haven't. Ever since we split, I don't have all the juicy content to go through anymore. We need followers. We need you. You watching this right now. We need you to go follow our pages, to go subscribe. It sounds so stupid, right? Because I hate sounding like all those stupid Facebook and YouTube personalities. Like, make sure you drop a comment and like and subscribe. But it's the only way we grow.
Don't call successful people stupid.
They are successful. Exactly. Who am I, right? Like, who am I to call people who are making more money than I'll ever see stupid? But that's what we need, is we need you. If this is going to be any kind of successful, and I'm not looking to be a millionaire, but I am looking to have fun with this, I need you guys to drop comments because I like reading things, mean things, nice things, suggestions. I love reading that stuff. And ever since we did the split, we lost our entire Binc Film fan base, and now I have nothing to read.
We didn't lose it. I still got it.
Well, we still have it. It's all, I don't know.
It's just somewhere else. But that's fine
It's just
because
somewhere else.
we're about to do the part of the show that brings in the fans. So
This is by far our most watched segment.
it is.
Absolutely.
Would you like to kick it off?
I will kick it off. So what we're doing next is a section called Trivia. It's exactly what you think it is. I'm going to ask Eric questions about a topic that he should be familiar with, and he has to answer these questions. If you tuned in last week, you'll know that they quizzed me on the movie Twister, because I am a Twister super fan. They decided they were going to try and stop me and mix me up with some Twister questions, which was the dumbest idea they could. I literally could give you a script read on that movie. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quiz Eric on a topic that he should be familiar with. If he gets a fair amount of these questions, do we want to have like a prize or something at the end of this?
I don't know. Do you have a prize?
I don't.
Bragging
Not on me.
rights.
What?
Bragging rights.
We get bragging
Hey,
rights.
we could have not a prize, but a punishment. It's in the closet.
What is the punishment?
Whoever loses gets the punishment.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing the trivia
gonna
this
say,
time,
there's-
so.
You beat it. He.
Oh, okay.
No, not agreeing to that. I just
I
got
like
here.
that.
Not agreeing to that.
I like that.
All right. Not agreeing to that, but okay.
Which I am probably gonna lose.
Well, we're about to find out.
I don't do well under pressure.
Your trivia is on something you should be rather familiar with. Let me just pull it up here real quick. Have you ever...
The new season's coming out. So.
Oh, the new season is coming out. Is
It's
it new?
out.
What is it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear that cat purring on the microphone.
that's okay. No, that's
Wait.
me.
Shut up. It's on the show Loki. And if you're a Loki fan out there, feel free to play along at home. See if you can nail some of these answers before he does. And let's get right into it. Are you ready?
I think if they're multiple choice, I am confident that I will get at least 4 out of 5.
At least 4 out of 5?
So then maybe not give a multiple choice on every one of them.
I might do that.
Feel it out.
I think this first one I'm not going to give you the multiple choice.
Okay,
All right.
Feel it out.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Loki created a branched timeline when he stole the Tesseract at what point in time?
Oh, it was during the Battle of New York.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
I think we have a button for that. I just have to remember which one. There it is. All right.
But see, now you don't say whether or not I got it. You
Right.
just press
I
the
just
button.
press the button. I just press the button. I know how this works. Which of these is the mascot of the Time Variance Authority? Is it Mistaken?
It's Miss Minutes.
It's Miss Minutes?
It is.
I'm having way too much fun with this soundboard. They should have never given me one of these. Well, that's hard to read. Loki discovers that the TVA is hunting a rogue variant through multiple timelines. This variant is responsible for which of these? Killing the Avengers, collecting the Infinity Stones, killing other versions of Loki, killing TVA forces.
I believe it's C. That's D then.
You're right.
Dang it. I couldn't. I know the scene. They're in a field and they show up.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't she hunt down the Lokis later?
I have no idea. I don't watch that show. I've never seen
Really?
an episode. Never seen a single
You should watch
episode.
that show. It's good.
Oh, I should watch that show.
Yeah.
I'll watch that show when you watch Ahsoka. How about that?
I've started it.
Oh, have you finished it?
No.
Oh, we'll talk later. Loki deduces that his hunted variant is hiding in which of these moments in the sacred timeline? Large public events, apocalyptic events, key moments of peace, the aftermath of great wars.
That would be B.
All right. This is for all the marbles.
All right. Wait. So what's
What
so
do we
who
consider
gets-
winning here?
Yeah. Who gets the punishment now, depending on what happens?
It's
If you get it right, he gets punished.
which is dumb because I never agreed to that.
Did you win already? You only got one wrong.
He's got one wrong. We're on the 5th question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to get it right.
So you got to move it to a best of 7.
Okay, best of 7. Deal. I like that. Good idea, Michael. That's what we're doing. Best of 7. All right. In order to recharge the stolen Tempad, none of this rings a bell with me. Loki and Sylvie plan to utilize the power of which of these? A nuclear bomb, kinetic force, spaceship, reset charges.
Shouldn't be given a multiple choice.
I don't remember. Can you read that again? I don't remember this.
In order to recharge the stolen Tempad, Loki and Sylvie plan to utilize the power of which of these? A nuclear bomb, kinetic force, spaceship, or reset charges?
God, I know what episode that is. I don't remember. I'm
You don't
going to
remember?
go with a guess on D.
D? I love to see
Alright.
it.
What was it?
It was a spaceship.
God, I don't remember that. That was the filler episode that everyone complained about. I think it was episode 3.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen it.
Yeah, they were stranded.
So it's
Interesting.
3-2?
Yeah, he's got 3
Yeah.
right, 2 wrong.
Okay.
So this is question 6. If you miss this one, that's ball game, baby.
Okay.
No, that's 3-3.
Oh, yeah, it is. Damn, I suppose.
Oh.
You know, you'd think being
get
a
this
sports
one.
episode, I would understand the concept of a 7-game series. Completely missed me on that one. Speaking of 7-game series, go Twins.
Think about whether or not he should get multiple choice on this one.
You're not getting multiple choice anymore.
Now I hope.
After
I
just
didn't
got
need
one
multiple
wrong.
choice for Twister. You guys didn't give it to me on that because I was answering half the questions before you finished them. So, at me.
Subtle brag.
Subtle brag, humble brag. I'm very good at the movie Twister. Sylvie informs Loki that all workers at the TVA are actually which of these? I'm not giving you these.
It's variance.
What is that, 4?
That's
You got
the
4.
win.
What?
That's the win.
Yeah, that's a dub.
That's the win.
That's a wubba lubba dub.
That's the win. All right, you want to get his
Where do
punishment
people go
then?
when they are pruned?
They go to the I don't remember what it's called. It's that dimension where the big floaty creatures flying around and there's
Is it home?
no.
The void? The multiverse? The TVA?
It's the void.
I don't want this punishment thing because this
I'm
isn't...
sure it's on camera here.
What is it? I'm scared. Please don't. Oh, it's a ball. It's a... This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Where did you actually get this? We weren't talking... God.
Put it on.
All right, Josh, suggestion.
What?
What's your suggestion?
My suggestion. Since it's on a sports episode,
You look so ridiculous right now. Bozo take. Let's hear your bozo suggestion.
the only thing that stops me from cussing... Stop laughing, Michael.
You have no idea how stupid that looks. And you look so mad, you're like a pouty clown.
You look stupid without it, Eric. So I don't want to hear it. It like brushes the microphone. It's so dumb. Since it's a sports themed episode, my suggestion to you, our fans and listeners and viewers, is to watch hockey. The NHL season will be starting by the time this episode comes out. Do yourself a favor, support local hockey, support your pro team, do everything you can. It's a fantastic sport. There's nothing like playoff hockey. It's the best sport there is. Support local hockey, support your pro team.
What?
Suggestion.
My suggestion, sports related, is the Netflix show Untold Swamp Kings. It's about the Florida Gators with Tim Tebow and all those guys, and it's actually really, really good. I have no interest in college football. I just put it on one day just to have something on, and I ended up watching the whole thing. So check it out.
Run it.
Thank you for watching and listening. You, our viewers, are the most important part of this podcast. We know you have a lot of options when it comes to social and entertainment and media and whatnot. So we thank you for spending your time with us. You can find us on social media at the handles Eric Gordon Berg
Can you talk up a little bit? I can't hear you over my laughing.
and the handles Michael Darwinberg.
It's so funny with the mic.
You can
camera.
find me on TikTok with the handle Stop That Rivers. I don't post anything. Probably never will after this. You can also find our main pages on YouTube at Binc Film. You can find the Binc Film Podcast on TikTok at Binc Film Podcast and on Spotify at Binc Film Podcast. Be sure to give our main page, Binc Film, a follow on TikTok as well at the handle Binc Film. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
For the realm.
Cut.